and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Wednesday.
Wednesday, big day, Swanee. We've got Amelia Adams on the phone. She's going to give us an update at 6:40, Swanee, just about the war in Ukraine.
Okay.
She's in Ukraine.
She
in
sure
Ukraine,
is.
at the front line, so that'll be interesting. But today you've got the launch of Fox Footy's new schedule, Swanee.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like the upfronts.
Okay.
Isn't it? It's the upfront. So
It's where you tell everybody what they can expect.
what they
for
can
the
expect,
year.
absolutely. So looking forward to get along there. A new show's announced on a Saturday night where Nathan Buckley, the big signing for Fox Footy,
Yes.
is the star of the show, Christine.
Wow.
Called Best on Ground on a Saturday night. All the Collingwood supporters will love that. After the footy, and I'm on the show with him.
Good on you,
Nicky
mate.
Rewalt, your boy, Mark Howard, and Kath Loughnan, who's magnificent as well.
Great
It's
lineup.
going to be plenty of fun, Swanee.
So is it-
Not X's and O's and all that sort of stuff.
Right, so it's
You're going
like
to be having a bit of fun, bit
like
of a wrap up.
Footy Tonight show.
Absolutely, footy tonight. A bit like Letterman, Swanee.
A little bit like
Just with the footy.
Front Bar.
Yeah. What?
Nah, I wouldn't have thought it's front bar is pre.
I know someone who works on that show who could give
Same.
you a few tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not bad, but he's pre-football, remember?
Right.
He's
Oh,
pre the round,
see,
Swanee.
got me on a technicality.
That's right.
When they announced Nathan Buckley today, and I'm just spitballing, they should grease him up and put him inside a paper mache football.
Yes.
And he fights his way out of it, John,
I like that.
to reveal himself.
Absolutely.
Too late to organise?
Well, you think like the scene out of Under Siege
Oh, yeah.
where the lady jumps out of the car.
I was thinking more of the opening credits of the great Japanese series Monkey,
Oh, yes.
where Monkey is born out of an egg.
Too late for all
see
this?
Not sure. Your man Maxie works on the show. Your mate Maxie Price.
Oh, yeah.
Bucks may have been spotted getting married the other day.
What?
Just giving something away.
Hang
for
on,
the first show.
hijinks. There's
Horseplay
definitely
alert.
A
hijinks.
bit of horseplay going on. So looking forward to that, and another win for the little battlers. Couch has gone to 6:30 instead of 8:30 on a Monday night.
What,
Swanee.
before
That's
Jared?
Before Jared, we get first crack at it. I tell you what, Robbo's not going to be happy.
Is that good for you? Because that went very late sometimes.
Absolutely. I'll have a spring in me step on a
It's a
Tuesday
win.
morning, Swanee.
Absolutely.
So look out for all those new shows. There's going to be plenty happening.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. It's time to make up for missed holidays with whatif.com.
Book the spa, suite, jet skis, maybe even a safari. Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Crossing to Amelia Adams, the Channel 9 senior correspondent, who's live from Ukraine. She's in the city of Lviv, which is under bombardment at the moment. Good morning or good evening, Amelia. What's going on in the city right now?
Good evening. Look, I'm in western Ukraine, so I am not under bombardment. The capital, Kyiv, is to the east, and they are having a devastating evening there. Constant attacks from the Russian forces, and in fact, just in the last couple of hours, the Russian missile took out a TV tower there and just obliterated the streets. Reports have got 5 people dead at the moment. So, the capital is under attack and surrounded as well. They've got a convoy of Russian military vehicles and troops, which is now, they're saying, 65 kilometres long. I've seen some satellite images of that, and it's approached the outskirts of the capital. So very, very scary, tense evening ahead there.
Were they expecting this so quickly?
I think the Russians were expecting it to be over more quickly, Chrissie. I think they'd have more success faster. And, we've seen the Ukrainians putting up a fight. We've seen them fighting back and having some victories in some cities. And I've got to say, being here in Lviv, which is a real staging point, we've got all of the thousands and thousands of mostly women and children who are trying to get out of the country. So they're coming here to Lviv and then onto the borders. Just devastating to hear their stories. But also you've got all of these people who are coming in to fight or gathering here, getting their weapons and their military gear, and then going off to the front lines. I've met young dads and doctors and school teachers. These are guys who 5 days ago they're off to work. They're dropping their kids at school. They're having a comfortable life, just like you and I. And now they're saying goodbye to their wife and children, putting them on a train, and staying here to take up arms for the first time ever and fight in a war.
Amelia, as a reporter there, so you're in the street, right? And forgive me for being stupid, but like, are Russian troops just like driving past you and like, do they acknowledge you? Like, what's it like?
So there's a lot of Ukrainian military here, and there's checkpoints everywhere, and they're checking us, especially in the last couple of days, because we've been told that there have been Russian reconnaissance crews posing as media. So they're very, very sceptical of media here at the moment. But no, there aren't Russian troops in Lviv, and I hope there won't be anytime soon, I have to say. What we do have is air raid sirens quite frequently, sort of every few hours. And, you know, that's disconcerting because even though we're not under attack here in the West, it's just, I guess, that reminder. You know, they set off the air raid siren because they've detected a Russian aircraft or whatever the threat is, and that could be a very real threat. So we were out filming today for 9 News, talking to people, gorgeous women. Again, you know, a 24-year-old software engineer who just fled her home and is now in a shelter making equipment to send to the front line. And the air raid siren goes off, and it's, you know, it's loud and there's warnings, and everyone runs to the closest shelter. So we sort of went in there, and everyone's pretty anxious and pretty tense when that happens, and especially because most of the people who we're talking to and we're meeting with have just fled Kyiv. They've just fled the capital, or Kharkiv, which is also under heavy bombardment. So they've got all this trauma and this stress from what they've just seen. They've come here to relative safety, but I mean, we're still in Ukraine, and you just don't know what Moscow is going to do next and what they might like their next target to be.
Just to finish off, President Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, seems to be a hero from our vantage point. Is he viewed that way in Ukraine? Because he seems to be the symbol of hope. He's the one that's sort of driven the activity and the resistance, if you want to call it that.
He's so cool, isn't he? He is an absolute legend. And he is here. I mean, he's an icon. Everyone that I've spoken to, you know, they look up to him. He has shown, I think, such bravery and courage and real leadership. And I think that's inspiring from what a lot of the men have said to me. You know, they've mentioned their president. That inspires the fight. You know, if the president's willing to literally stay in the capital under attack, and he's got a huge hit on his head, obviously, from the Russians, then, you know, we can learn how to use a gun, and we can leave our wives and kids, and we can go and fight for our country, because that's what we need to do.
It's truly unbelievable, Amelia. Be safe. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Channel 9 senior correspondent live from Ukraine, Amelia Adams. Be safe.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Controversial opinion. I believe it's good to lie to your children sometimes.
Absolutely.
Gives you a break.
All for it.
Gives you a break. What was that great lie you told about Macca's, Dino? I'm going to use that.
If the Golden Arches illuminated, sadly they've run out of food.
Oh, no. Hey, what age group do you think that would work on?
I like that.
I like it too. I wish I'd known
I
earlier.
think it still works for Jackie Brown. He's 9.
Yeah.
So I sort of work off in kids' ages. Liv Brown, 12.
It wouldn't work for Jack because he'd go, why is there a queue in the drive-through then? He's too curious.
Yeah, he is. Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, he's too curious. Yeah, he'd be like, hang on, there's people inside it. It's definitely open. Yeah. I reckon 3 or 4, it'll run out. Grade, you know, when you're 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
Here's another one. This is off Insta. My 3-year-old just said, let's play a game. So I told her to go upstairs, hide in her bed and close her eyes. She fell asleep. This is my proudest moment of my parenting journey so far. That is fabulous.
That's good.
Go and play hide and seek, but in your bed with your eyes closed.
Pull the doona over your head.
What about this one? I was terrified of ghosts when I was little, so my mum told me I can vacuum them up. And she had me clean the house, telling me I was getting rid of ghosts.
Genius.
That is genius.
Kylie Brown wishes he's up now listening. A few tips.
She's writing them down. She's got her pen out. She's got her quill out.
That is genius, that.
That is really, really good.
Because then you're forming a habit as well.
That's right.
Eventually the kid will have OCD and be addicted to vacuuming the floors.
That's it.
Have a crippling addiction.
That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is they learn a new skill. 13 24 10. What creative lies have you come up with?
Do you guys get fed the bullshit that your eyes would go square if you watch too much telly?
Got that.
Yes.
It's just not true.
Face will change. You're pulling a face, the wind changed.
Not
true. Face will stay that way.
What about going blind from
from
Watching too much telly.
Ever wanted to offer the team some direct feedback? Well, you can. Shoot us an email at breakfast@nova100.com.au to be part of Chrissie, Sam and Brownie's mailbag.
Good morning, Melbourne. Oh, my voice just did a weird little break.
Have your balls dropped?
Yes, they have. Thanks, John. Good morning, Melbourne. It's Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. When have you lied to your silly kids?
I love this, and I wish I'd known it earlier. Here is a way to make them learn how to use a vacuum cleaner and clean up. On Insta, Miles and Tate says, I was terrified of ghosts when I was little, so my mum told me I can vacuum them up, and she had me cleaning the house.
Love that.
Telling me I was getting rid of ghosts. It's genius. Sarah from the great Surrey Hills. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What have you got?
So when my son was younger, Mr. Whippy used to come round
Ah, yes.
and he'd be like, oh, what's that music, Mum? I'd say, oh, that's the Ice Cream Man. And he's like, ice cream? I'd say, yeah, but when the music's on, it makes us run out. But
Yes.
no.
Love that one.
It's a
And
classic.
then my husband comes home one day and he says, oh, Hunter, the ice cream man. And he goes, no, Dad, that means when music's on, it means there's no ice cream.
Yes. Your work there was done.
I've
Your
used
work
that one
there was
before,
done.
Sarah. Good one. Love that.
Have you actually used that?
Absolutely, I have. Yeah, you hear them in Gold Coast all the time.
Yeah, right. Why wouldn't kids question why Mr. Whippy would be bragging about running out of ice cream? You know?
Very smart, Dino.
Playing music to celebrate no ice cream.
Thank Christ you're not on
Idiots.
holidays with us, Dino.
Why is it always green sleeves from Mr. Whippy?
Yeah, it's creepy, eh?
It's always green sleeves. There is no other track.
Kerry.
Kerry from Box Hill South. Hello, Kerry.
Hi, how you going?
Good, mate. I was in your neck of the woods yesterday picking up some
Were
bits
you?
and bobs from Carrington Avenue. There's a little supermarket there. It was amazing. Carrington
Nice.
Street. All right, Kez, what did your parents used to tell you?
Well, I'm 54 and my parents devastated us one day by telling us that if we swallowed our chewing gum, it would clog up our backsides. And we'd swallowed so much that, you know, we thought that was it. And then even Mum went to the extent of saying that, and then when we farted, the bubble would blow up out of our arse.
Oh, my God.
That's a good
See,
one.
I know.
I would be, if I was told
good
that, I'd be like, I want to see that.
Absolutely.
And
I'll
I'd be
swallowing a whole
farting
packet of Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, and farting and watching my bum to see if it did that.
But the funny thing is, I told my kids that, and then my 4-year-old granddaughter on the weekend said, don't swallow your bubble gum, Nana.
See?
Nana likes to fart too. She blows big bubbles.
Multi-generational lies, Kez. I love it. Stace from Craigieburn, what have you got?
Morning. Growing up, my mum told me that if I kept drawing on myself with texture, I'd get worms. So I was terrified of that. And then I was working with a teenager, and I told him to not draw on himself with worms when I was like 25. And he looked at me with a blank stare and was like, what do you mean you're going to get worms? And I said, if you draw yourself with texture, you get worms. He was like, no, Google it. That's not true. So,
Oh, my God, you believed it as an adult. It hadn't...
yeah.
Oh, Stacey, I love that.
No combantron needed for you, Stace.
I hope your phone rings again, Stace, and you walk away with 50K and 4 first-class tickets to anywhere you want.
Well, yeah, first class and 50K. Every liar that just got on the radio might be flying anywhere on the planet with 50K and 3 mates. You just need to get on the radio.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne, and greetings, and welcome to the microphone, Samuel Pang.
Good morning, Melbourne. Good morning, Christine. Dina,
Yep.
Brownie. Very, very excited to be here.
Yep.
I've got a couple of things to throw at you early on. We can keep this top of our sharp because I've got a couple of things. I need some room.
Okay, good.
And just a couple of, Dino has his pitch.
Yes.
I've just got a couple of ideas I want to throw at you.
Great.
Paying his pitch.
Well, yeah, it is.
Okay, that's all right. We can have that.
Absolutely.
We'll end the segment.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Start calling now for Jokes Aren't Funny if you want a brand new car, if Pangy laughs.
One of my favourite segments is on a Friday when you pitch a segment, Dino. And I've just trailed you into this segment, if that's all right.
All right,
Just
here we-
grabbed you here. So, Swanee, got a couple to throw at you. Mm-hmm. All right? You just tell me if you think this sounds like a good idea. Where it's a celebration of Sylvester Stallone. Right?
I'm on board.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so this is how it would go. All right? It would go like this.
Time now for another fun fact about Sylvester Stallone. Let's do it.
Oh, that is good.
Fact number 1, Sylvester Stallone sold his house to Adele.
That was another fun fact about Sylvester Stallone.
I didn't know that. This could also be your segment. Oh, I didn't know that.
He bought the... Adele's described as a juggernaut. She forked out a whopping $80 million for the sprawling mansion of Sylvester Stallone in the star-studded neighbourhood of Beverly Hills. $80 million.
Jeez.
That must have a big plot.
It's got at least 2 bathrooms.
At
man.
least.
And not outside.
Upstairs.
No, it'd have
got
to have,
upstairs?
have to have an
Oh,
upstairs.
definitely.
I love
8 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a 14,000 square metre block.
The screaming of Sly in the outro is perfect. Perfect.
Have we done it yet? We've done it, didn't we?
Yeah. Could we go another one?
Yeah. Well, I don't have another fact, but if you wanted to play, yeah. So at the end, what do you think in general? Yeah,
I love it.
It's short and sharp. It's punchy.
I
the
worry,
opposite of me.
I worry that.
I'll run out.
Yeah. I worry
Please,
that.
Not Stallone.
Christie.
You wouldn't run out with Stallone.
Well, I can just change it. Another fun fact about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, I'm on board. I love it.
What do you think about that? That's that 80 million, by the way. It's
a lot of land in Beverly Hills, though. It's 3.5 acres.
Feels a lot, doesn't that? 80 mil. People say that Adele. See how I'm being inclusive here. It's not just Stallone. Adele's in. She got it at a bargain price because it was originally listed at 152 million.
Fair dinkum.
Mate, imagine that.
She's done well.
He's dreaming.
Anyway, how old's Sylvester Stallone?
73.
75.
That was another fun fact about Sylvester Stallone.
He's in good nick. He's in pretty good nick for 75, isn't he? Like, really?
Is there anybody in the world other than Sylvester Stallone? We have had a guest come in here and ask that. Whose name is Sylvester?
So there's a
Sylvester the
great
Cat.
former West Indian fast bowler called Sylvester Clark.
Does anyone...
That was another fun fact about Sylvester Clark.
Has anyone met someone who said, "Hi, I'm Sylvester"? But those words have never been said.
No.
No.
It's a good point. We'll investigate that further. I just want to pitch you my other idea.
Yeah.
This one here, it doesn't have a fancy title or it's just simply a celebration of great first lines in song.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? So, for instance, if for Ed Sheeran fans out there, you know that song Castle on the Hill?
Yes.
Because I think the first song, it's got to get you. It's got to get you in, you know.
Yes.
A song is a story,
I
and the
agree.
first line's very important.
Agree.
So imagine when
And I'm
you
a lyrics person too.
I know you are.
Yeah.
And so when you hear this lyric, I think you're in.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg.
Oh, whoa! When you're 6 years old, I broke my leg. Wow, tell us more. Ed.
And
then you
then
listen to
what?
the rest of the song. Exactly.
Agreed.
Don't you think?
Agreed, yes.
Well, when I did my workout yesterday, the first song was Electric Blue. And I trained the house down.
How does that start?
Well, I don't know
If a
how
boy
it
had a
starts.
chance.
Oh, yeah.
A chance with someone like you.
See? I'm in. There's intrigue. I want to know more.
Yes.
You're in.
What about...
Train the house down, too.
What about... See, I know that when I was 6 years old, I broke my leg seems kind of gentle, especially when compared to, say, the first song of Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Mate, that is heavy, isn't it? As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realise there's nothing left.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa. Like
It's
that.
a bit different to breaking your leg.
It's good.
I mean, you're probably recovered and everything's fine.
yes.
This one here, who knows what's
Put
going
a
to happen.
cast on or your classmates sign it. That's a good outcome.
See, that's cool.
Coolio, no.
That's cool. No, Coolio's is heavy stuff. Genuine, existential stuff there.
Yes.
You played a better version, by the way, Dan.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realise there's nothing left.
No, yeah, absolutely.
nothing left, all right.
there.
Nothing.
May I offer you a tidbit?
Please.
That was a fair run-up.
At the forum on Monday night, Bliss and Esso played, right? And Coolio walked out and did Gangsta's Paradise. No one knows why he was there or how he was there. Coolio.
Coolio's in town.
Yes!
Did he hear me play the ukulele?
It's possible.
Okay, he's here to put in a court order, an intervention. Hey,
That sounds pretty coolio.
Swanee.
Well done.
Swanee, when I say so far, when I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realise there's nothing left. But then, you want a first line of a song that you'll never forget, or you can't believe you've heard, or you want to hear more.
Yes.
Have a listen to this one.
Yes.
Listen to this.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
Who doesn't want to know more about that?
The great
story?
Warren Zevon, one of the great storytellers.
Great Warren Zevon with Werewolves of London, eh?
Why did he have a Chinese menu?
That's why
right.
you've got to listen to the rest of the
You've got
song.
to listen. And also his hair was perfect.
Mate, there you go. Hey, are they both up? We get them up or not?
Yes.
All right.
Let's do this.
Win a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage just by hearing one noise.
Yes.
It's back. Sam Pang's Jokes Aren't Funny.
Yes, in our hot little hands, we have the keys to a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage. How good would it feel to drive that off the lot?
Do you want me to set the bar for you, Swanee? Mm-hmm. Okay, joke of the day. How much does a chimney cost, Sam?
How much does the chimney cost, John?
It's nothing, because it's on the house.
See what he did there?
I like that Zito didn't wait. Just, whoa, he was ready.
There was no chance it was going to be good.
No,
the boo was happening.
It was particularly bad. I'm with you. Stuart from Sunbury. Stuart, are you a funny fellow?
I try to be, yes.
You sound like it, Stuart.
Thank you very much.
Are you confident about this this joke that you got for Samuel Pang?
Oh, I'm hoping, yes.
I like the cut of your...
Yeah, I'm confident.
Good on you, Stu.
Are you the funny one in your group of friends, Stuart?
I am, yes.
Now, Stuart, are you... Can I just ask you one more question? Are you a regular listener or are you just calling in because you've heard about this segment?
No, regular listener every day. Can never get through, but I did today.
Okay, this is it, Stuart.
Your
It's
big
your time to
chance.
shine.
Don't stuff it up, Stewie.
Love you, Stuart.
Rightio. You ready? I've just drove all the way into work and had to get there this morning. I had to go home. I've got a real bad problem with my eyes.
Oh.
Real bad problem. Yes. I just couldn't see myself staying there. Right, no. All right, half a laugh.
Stuart, I loved it.
That's good, mate.
I'm going to give you a special prize.
Load
Hang
him
on.
up.
Oh, yes.
Loaded. I
You
think
were
he's loaded up already.
Yeah,
Are you a drinker, Stu?
I am indeed.
He loves it. Of course he is.
Possibly.
Heavily?
Don't answer that, Stu. 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate, mate. Enjoy authentic Italian cuisine paired with the perfect job at Zonzo Estate in the heart of the Yarra Valley.
Good on you, Stu.
Do you want
Good
to
on
give
you.
him other stuff?
Thank you very much.
Well,
Good on
Do you
you.
like
know-
a race? Sounds like a racing man. Stewie, you're a racing man.
I am.
Okay,
oh,
Stewie.
here we go, Stewie. Get
You're-
your glad rags out.
You and 3 of your mates are going to enjoy Flemington's hospitality on the VRC. For the Racing Spectacular March, it's 3 days, 3 race days, food, drinks, live music, mate. You're going to Flemington in the next few weeks, mate.
Thank you very much.
Old Spice will be opened up for that
He's
one.
going to be splashed
I
on.
love
Be drowned in it.
Absolutely.
He sounds like a racing... who's next?
Michael!
Yes, hello.
Oh, Michael, you sound like a racing man, are you?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a prize to start off. You're going to Flemington as well.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Brownie.
For the Racing Spectacular, Christine.
Oh, my God.
Do it all.
The next 3 Saturdays, 3 magnificent race days, Guineas, the Australian Cup and the All-Star Mile, only at Flemington. You and 3 mates are going along. There you go, Michael.
Tickets
What
at-
else do you want? What
tickets
more
at-
can I deliver?
Tickets
So,
a ticket.
what else have you got?
Nah, you're pushing it now.
good joke from you, please, mate.
What do you got, mate?
My penis was in the Guinness World Records book, but then the librarian told me to take it out.
I don't mind it. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't love it.
Do you have any bells and whistles anymore? You don't do that anymore?
Well, I
Don't
think
know.
we need new ones, to be honest,
Where's
man.
the sold?
Well, we need to have a brain session on it.
Actually, that is a good idea. We do need more.
We do, mate. And
Although I do love it when that one changes into the demon voice.
Oh, the demon voice. All right. Well,
Yeah.
it might pop up. Who knows? Michael, thanks, thanks for the doodle gear.
How cute was he then?
Let's go to Debbie.
Deb!
Hello, Chrissie. Hello, everyone. Brownie, Sam.
I feel like it's been an age since we've seen you or spoken to you, and I wanted to commend you on your interview on 60-ish Minutes with Dino about setting your crotch alight.
I know, and what a treat was it for me to have Dino and Brodie in my house. It was just magical. That's all I can say. Magical.
Well, I tell you what, the fact that Brodie was there, I'm glad that sentence was, how good was it to have Brodie in my house, because He's a deviant, and I'm glad it was only his house that he got in, your house that he got into.
Yeah.
I know he nearly burnt it down, though, with the Rexona, but he did a good job.
Damn, nice house, by the way. Beautiful home.
Thanks, Dino. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
All right.
Have you got
Okay, so are you ready for my joke now?
I'm ready, Debbie.
You're ready, Sam? Okay. Why don't vegans moan during sex?
Why? Do you want me to take this from here, Sam?
Oh, yeah. It is.
Yeah. Why don't vegans moan during sex?
Because they don't want anyone to know they're enjoying a piece of meat.
How do you know if I'm funny, you...
What was with the delivery of
Deb,
meat?
I'm worried that Brodie's rubbing off on you, Deb.
Hey, sorry, Brownie.
I'm worried that Brodie's rubbing off on you.
Oh, I know. And you know how, quickly too, Brownie, you know how Dino asked me whether I'd ever do my fire baton again?
Yes.
You know, in my costume and that?
Yeah.
I should have said, if you had requested it, Brownie, it would have happened.
So
As much as I love Dino and Bros, it could have happened. It could have happened, Brownie.
just falling off my seat, Deb. If I've got one wish in my life that before I go to the grave, I've got a few things up my sleeve. It's to see you in the baton twirlers in that costume again.
I promise I'll make it happen, Brownie. I promise.
Whoa,
Deb,
big.
I'll be holding on. That's a promise.
Big.
I know. And Chrissie, I love your new show. It's the best ever.
It was fun, wasn't it, Deb?
Oh man, I loved it. I needed a good laugh, and I've I had the best laugh, and you were tremendous as you always are.
Thank you, Deb. That means
Good
a
on
lot.
you, Deb.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm going to watch it and tell everyone to watch it.
Have you got anything for Sam?
Anything for me, Deb?
Sam, I love you, and I'm going to keep annoying you for jokes aren't funny for the whole year.
Good on you, Deb.
All right,
Until...
It's inspiring words, Deb, as always. I appreciate that. Always lovely to speak to you.
Just quickly to finish off, Deb, what did you think about the time slot change for On the Couch moving to 6:30 on a Monday night?
Good question. Deb, before I hit the ads, can you say meat in the same way you did before? Just the word.
All right, Dean, for you, anything, darling.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. What if is Aussie for travel? Book a holiday. What if? It's great.
Little story about Bam Bam, my
Your boy, Jack.
Brown, my 9-year-old son.
Mate, the little fellow be just getting ready, be putting that club over his shoulder, and off to school he goes today. Because he reminds me of Bam Bam from the Flintstones.
Absolutely. Well, he not only had the club last night, but he had the Stones out as well. So Liv started footy training last night, so ready for another campaign. Hopefully full season for all the kids out there. So a lot of clubs would have started last night. So I took him down to training. Jack and his mate, his red light mate Will, they always play together. They've got no interest in footy. You know, they just run around and just cause trouble all around the sporting grounds there, climbing trees, getting up to all sort of mischief. He had his remote-controlled car down there. They had bikes down there, climbing trees. So I'm sort of keeping an eye on. I'm trying to help out with Liv's footy training.
Red light Will, you already know that he's no good.
Red light Will, yeah. They're both red lights when they get together. You know what I mean? They sort of just egg each other on. So I'm keeping an eye on the boys. I said, look, don't go too far out of my sight. So the girls are training. I'm looking over into the distance, and I can see them sort of climbing trees. And there's these houses that back on to the sporting fields. And I think, gee, I hope they're not causing too much trouble there. They're sort of hanging around the fence. Anyway, about 15 minutes later, you see the two boys, the two red lights, like they were shot out of a cannon. Just Usain Bolt just surging across the oval to the other side of the oval. I thought, oh, yeah, it's interesting, boys. They've obviously changed their mind about what they're up to. Next minute.
Or maybe someone has changed their mind for them.
Absolutely. Next minute, I see a grown man, an adult, and his son storming out of the back gate and walking across in the direction of the boys. I thought, look out, I better go and investigate what's going on here. So anyway, the boys are over the other side of the field. You know, this adult comes across, hey, mate, what's going on? And he goes, well, your boy, are they your boys? I say, yeah. They're our boys. He goes, well, maybe tell them to stop throwing stones at my 15-year-old dog.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Bam, Bam.
Oh, come on, Bam Bam.
I promise you, I will visit him once a year when he's in
That's
the correctional
right.
facility. I promise you. I'll take him a little cake.
Listen, how is the parenting? Because I know you love your boy and all that, but seriously.
Oh,
that is disgraceful.
No, that's right. I drew a line in the sand and I said, rightio, explain yourself, boys. So it was a bit confrontational for the young lads because, you've got a grown man there.
And was that in front of the guy? Like they had to explain
Absolutely, absolutely. They did.
Some stakes.
Couldn't be better.
I made him explain themselves.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
can't wait for this. How are they defending
Suck
themselves?
it.
Well,
Punks.
Jackie Brown, I tell you what, I'll give him credit. Under pressure, he was fair. He was strong. He was adamant that they were throwing stones at each other, big rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the rocks sort of miscued because Bam Bam's excuse was because the rock was heavy, it got a little bit skew-iff with his arm. His direction wasn't as good, and it flew over the fence and nearly hit the 15-year-old dog.
So it's good to know that he can lie under pressure.
He's ticking all boxes so far.
Absolutely. He's very good under pressure. So they got through that. And then he said...
You didn't accept that, did you?
I didn't. No, I didn't accept it. I listened to it. I said, I don't care. You shouldn't be throwing rocks at each other.
Oh, you're good.
By the way, boys, you got to apologise. And then, so they had to stand there. And I said, look him in the eye too, boys.
How much fun.
Oh, yeah. And so anyway, they did. They looked him in the eye. They apologised for what they did. And the guy he's pretty good about it, Swanee. Like, he's not trying to stand over merchant. And then little Bam Bam gone. So this guy's standing there with probably looked to about his 14-year-old son. And then Bam Bam apologises on behalf of the two boys. Said, we won't do it again. But there was a rider, though. Turns to me and he goes, Dad, that boy there called me the C word after we threw the rocks. And I said, well, mate, I would too. If you're throwing rocks into my backyard.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Rhys Nicholson, an award-winning comedian who's a very dapper human being with beautiful hair. And you may have seen him on the latest GoDaddy commercials. But if you haven't seen him there, you can see him in Rhys at the Forum for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Tickets at comedyfestival.com.au. Here's Nicholson.
Welcome, Rhys Nicholson.
Good morning.
Gorgeous to see you as usual.
Yes.
I'm assuming that this show is written and ready to go.
Yep.
Unlike Dave O'Neill's show, which last week when he was in, he goes, I've got a new show, it's all new material, and then proceeded to pull away from the microphone, roll his eyes, and basically cross his fingers.
Well, radio's different now. There used to be no cameras in here, and now you're on footage all the time. You can't do you got to have pants on.
Yeah.
No, I've not. This has been the interesting thing about this year, and I guess the last couple of years. I don't know if you guys heard that there's been a bit of a flu going around.
Yeah, there has.
None of us are like as sharp as we usually are. So it takes a lot. I've been trying to write a show, and it's definitely written, guys. It's definitely happening. Because I think even in the last couple of years, you'd start writing a show, and then you'd be like, but is it going to happen?
Yes, that's
Should
right.
I put the work in?
Yeah, but it is definitely happening.
It's definitely
this year.
happening. All right. Oh, boy. I better get to work then.
Well, I don't know for sure, but I think it is.
Oh, it's going to happen. Hey, so Rhys is at the Forum.
Yeah.
Okay, I mentioned at the Forum because considering you, co-own?
Yeah, I co-own, sure.
Co-own the Comedy Republic.
I got a bit of dough in there, sure.
So
God, that's a great
That's
venue.
your club, the Comedy Republic.
The Comedy Republic, that's
But you're
me.
not doing your show there.
No, it's too small.
Thank you. Forum, you needed the extra room, did you, Rhys?
Doesn't get paid enough there.
No, exactly.
No,
Well, this is the thing. As a business owner, I don't think I get paid anything when I'm there because it's like it's like if you own like a franchise or something, you kind of like, that's money laundering at that point. I
Yes,
think.
it is.
Yes.
Although I always thought that I could never own a grilled because I would just be eating the profits.
That was my first, it was my first job, and I did.
Really?
I really did. I used to do double shifts just so I got the extra burger because you got a burger each shift.
Oh, what a great ruse! I love that.
Great, and look, I've stacked on a little weight while I was there. Sure.
What was your go-to burger at grilled?
I used to. By the way, if you were at the grill that I was working at, the chip oil was no longer vegetarian. I used to cook bacon in there. just throw anything. That's the thing. A teenager, should not have access to a deep fryer because you're just going to start chucking stuff in there to see what happens.
Yeah, it's like a giant science experiment.
Bacon, just army man. I don't know, like toys. But what would I?
Simon Says.
Yeah, no. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
You're not screwing around.
I like the Simon Says, and I also like the sliders.
Oh yeah. See, this is pre-slider days.
Yeah.
But what did I used to have I used to just let us do what we want. So I'd put like double patties in there. This is what I've started to do. What are we doing? That's right, breakfast radio.
Yeah.
My McDonald's order has changed recently. Oh. Have you ever done this? Have you ever done a Big Mac but with McChicken instead of the beef?
Whoa.
I haven't, but apparently that's the thing. That's a that's a burger on the menu now.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
the chicken Big Mac.
Because I invented that as a younger man when I was doing a lot of things that made you hungry.
Yes.
And you start making plans.
Don't know what Rhys is talking about.
You start doing the big thoughts.
Big Mac with the
big thoughts.
McChicken.
Instead. That's now a burger at McDonald's.
Yeah, it is. It's called
Absolutely.
Wow.
Chicken Big Mac. Is that right? Or something like that?
It is.
Well, that's a lot easier to order it that way than the way that I would order it. And often, again, I was quite confused.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, do you know like a Big Mac? And I'm like, yes. Put some chicken, like just chicken Big Mac. Just say that.
Yeah, just say that.
Don't
A
explain
chicken
the
Mac.
whole thing.
Now, Stan have confirmed RuPaul's Drag Race is returning for season 2.
I hope so, because we've filmed it.
Oh, you filmed it?
Yeah. It's like,
How
it seems
was
a
that?
waste not to use all that footage.
Was it different? Was it different the second time as it was with the first time because it was right in the middle of COVID and
It was like a little bit different. I mean, we finished filming it about a month ago, and so Omicron was looming in New Zealand. It was kind of, but it was great to see this like beautiful community just being like, yeah, everything's fine. It's like, oh guys, you don't know. I've come from the future to tell you
Yes.
it's not great. Pop that mask on. But no, I think it felt different as well. Just first of all, it felt different for me because I wasn't as like, I'm kind of used to sitting next to global icon RuPaul, and like, we're all like buddies now. And I think also for the queens, it was different because they didn't have on their shoulders we're the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of it was a bit more fun, I think, for them.
Yeah.
Rhys, there was a rumour that with the first season of the Aussie RuPaul that Ru wasn't there and it was all like green screen, and
which is so funny to me. Like can you not to shit on our show, but it wasn't the highest production budget as the American show. Do you think they would spend that amount of money to then like superimpose RuPaul in?
Yeah,
just book a flight. No, he was definitely there. But I wasn't. That's the twist. They green screened me in the whole time. No, but it is. I love those kind of rumors that pop up about something. It's like, guys, we're making a really dumb show about drag. Like, why would we bother with that?
Because Kimmy K was in the Uber Eats ad. She was green screened.
Yeah, she was with Sharon Strzelecki.
That's right.
NCIS Sydney.
Oh,
you want to be in it?
I want in so much. I want to be the lab tech. I want to be anyone who sits at a computer and types fast and says things like "we're in," or
yes.
You know what I mean? Like anything with numbers running by, anything with little test tubes. Like because they're the easiest jobs because people come. Like I'm using my time wisely during the last pandemic. Is the last one first?
Yeah.
Just watching a lot of Law and Order, SVU, a lot of procedurals, and I just want to be the guy that just does a lot of swabbing and is kind of rude to the cops. Whenever they come in, they're always awful to them. It's like, well, you're wasting my time. I got a dead lady here. Like,
I can really see you typing and saying, "We're in."
Yeah, we're in. We're in. It's
Rhys,
what I do a lot in front of the computer.
How was Would I Lie to You? You did an episode with
We had
Chrissie.
fun.
We had so much fun.
Who do we have on?
Are you lying?
Always. I'm not even gay.
Who else was on your panel?
We had, I was about to say Frank Woodley. No, he's on the show.
Yeah.
Who did we have?
I can't remember.
Jeez, you two. Well done.
We had...
Memorable.
Mate, do you care about anyone else? Do you care about anyone else other than yourself?
I just remember, Dane Simpson. We had Dane Simpson.
Yes.
We had, very, very funny man. And also, is having such a good time being a comedian. Like, he's been a comedian for as long as I have and has not lost the will to live. And that's rare in this
It is
industry.
rare.
And he still is so excited to be at something, to be at a gig.
And wasn't his show, he had one of the greatest named shows last year. He might be reprising it because it was so weird last year. Did you a doozy?
Great.
It
Great.
is one of the greats.
See, that's good. Me, Rhys.
I know. Wow.
Yeah.
Jackie, do we have time for a wacky radio game? Hey, Rhys, you want to play a wacky radio game, man?
Yeah, sure. Imagine if I was like, oh, nah. I'm good.
Waved it off.
Hit the post, hit the post, hit the post. Be the host of the most. You gotta hit the post. You gotta hit the post. Hit the post.
So what's the name of the segment?
Hit the post.
Explain this to Rhys, will you? Because your radio craft over there is second to none.
You know how those high-energy radio jocks do their thing and they talk right up until the person starts singing?
Yeah.
You want an example? A real good one?
Yeah.
Good morning, Melbourne. Oh, yes. It's rainy out there. Don't crash your car. Coming up, you could win first class and 50K. Good morning.
Oh, my God. I am hard as a rock.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Who's he taking on? It's Pang?
Apparently.
Yes.
So
So I'll go first, right?
All right,
You
okay.
just watch. You've seen how it's done.
You get
I won't
two
be any good at it,
examples.
but that's
All
what
right.
they've given it me. So I'll go first.
Your song is Just Like a Pill by
Hold on
Pink.
a sec.
Yeah,
Just
man,
like a
take your
pill,
time.
Just like a pill.
You're watching a true professional here, Rhys. Just like
Yeah.
pill.
It's really stilted delivery.
They
How
sing
long
about
have I got?
Conagra.
long have I
9
got?
seconds.
9
seconds, man. Your time starts now. Hit the post, Pang.
Coming up on Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, you can win $1,000 cash. We chat to Richmond star Nathan Broad. But first, call 13 24 10 to get in the draw. Here's Pink.
It was pretty good.
See, Rhys, we'd like it if you could speak closer to the lyric. Very good, though, Sam.
And with a bit more enthusiasm,
Yeah.
ideally
Well, never
too, Rhys,
forget, I
and that
don't care,
really
though.
monotone delivery.
Your song is the great Kelly Clarkson behind these hazel eyes.
Great song.
I am stressing out.
You don't have to do all the stuff.
I'm
either,
so
so-
stressed. What?
Yeah, you don't have to do all of it. You just
Also,
have
how
to.
long's he got? How many seconds?
11 seconds on the clock.
I reckon I could do it all.
Okay.
Rhys Nicholson, hit the post.
Coming back on Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
that wasn't even English.
What was that?
I know, I think I had a little aneurysm. I tried to say coming up. I tried to say coming up, and I just lost my mind. A little blood vessel burst in my brain, but I think we're done with it now. I think we've. Yep, I was hoping that we could move on.
No,
Try again.
never.
Here we go.
Yeah, coming up on Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, AFL player Nathan Broad joins the show. You can win 1,000 cash with our Would I Like to You competition. And don't forget, call 13 24
Awful.
I thought I could do it.
Just awful.
At least I spoke English.
Yeah.
That's true.
Rhys,
Smash the
Well,
post, though,
eventually.
mate.
There's very interesting context to be screaming that.
I know.
But
Rhys. Go see him. He's amazing. The comedy festival's kicking off
I'll
soon.
talk better.
It's such a One Nation about that
I
last
know.
bit, by the way.
He's at the forum. Type in Rhys Nicholson at comedyfestival.com.au. See you, man.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Well, good morning. Welcome to your 8 o'clock. We're all here. It's going to be a hot day today, but humid. I went for a walk last night. I was covered
Load
in
it up.
sweat. Yeah, and I'm not a sweater.
You're not a sweater.
No, I'm not. I don't
Like
sweat
Prince,
very much.
what's his face?
Like Prince Andrew. Yes, and I also like to go to Pizza Express.
Brownie's very excited because there's a footballer in the
Yes.
stadium. Reminds you of past
Very,
glories.
very one note.
Mate, I didn't say that. I just said you're excited, because a current day player's there. He's in there, Nathan Broad.
Well, absolutely.
I know you are.
Yeah, we should be very happy that he's made the effort to get out on his day off and just come in and talk to us, Sam.
Oh, mate.
And a football that's played for a successful club in the last few years, unlike your club that you're wearing their colours today.
That seems weird.
Stay down, Pang.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Normally, footy players haven't won as many flags as you, JB. Nathan Broad. He's coming up.
That's right, we only get the big ones here.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
I want to talk about muses. There's been a lot of talk of it lately, particularly in relation to Kanye West, and he's got a new muse, and her name is Chaney Jones. She looks exactly like Kim Kardashian, like exactly. Wears the same stuff. It's almost like funny.
Oh boy,
short like Kim, same body. Wears black cat suits and slicked back hair and glasses, like identical.
If you were her, would you be thinking, what am I doing here?
I think I would. I would feel less than. I would feel like, do you like me for me, or do you like me because I look like your ex-wife that you're clearly obsessed with?
Is she also from a very stable family, but her mum's insane?
That I can't confirm or deny. I don't know too much.
Just asking
about Cheney Jones. I don't even know where she comes from, but apparently, according to Page 6, a source has told them that she's loving her new role as Kanye's muse. I wonder what that involves.
Got a new role. Got a new role. It's not a relationship or someone I'm in love with. Just got a new role. I'm currently playing Kanye's girlfriend.
Pays well.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Back in February, of course, Julia Fox used to be his muse. Remember?
Yes.
And in an interview, she was asked about this status. She is an actor from Uncut Gems.
Fantastic.
Who Julia is or the new one?
Julia, no, the old one, the old muse.
Yes.
And she was asked about being Ye's muse.
Would you consider yourself Ye's muse?
Yeah, a little, maybe.
What does it even mean to no one that's ever been? Because I remember you were like, this is not the first time that I like. What is a muse?
I mean, I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like things like that.
Okay, so that has gone viral. Her saying,
I mean, I was Josh Safdie's muse when he wrote Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Uncut
like things
Jaaahrms.
like that.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
You're breaking me over here.
I'm enjoying watching Sam.
You've got to know these things because someone in your lifetime very soon is going to say, Uncut Gems to you.
Right.
And it's my
I thought
job.
I was going to say, I'm Sam Pang's muse.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's my job to make sure that you don't go, what are you saying? Are you having some sort of aneurysm? But you will understand now.
No, that's true. It's a community service. You just shut up.
Uncut Gems.
Gems is spelled Jems, but how is this spelled?
Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
Jums.
Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right.
Uncut Gems.
When you say someone in my life is going to say that to me, and before this little chat, I wouldn't have known what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Has it become part of popular culture where people say it in some randomly or as part of something else?
Yes, and it's very, very funny. I'm trying to get
How
a
would you
grab.
say it?
I'm
Yeah, how do you just crowbar in
Here are the
Uncut Gems?
Hey, here are the TikTok examples.
Okay, here.
Like, I was Josh Safdie's muses when he wrote Uncut Gems. So you know what I mean? Like,
So people are just on TikTok.
Maybe that's what Double was saying at Mildura in the function on the weekend.
Possibly.
We couldn't understand him.
Maybe.
Uncut Jaaahrms.
Right. Maybe he is. On Instagram, there's like these compilations of just normal people out of the blue, like in their car or, getting a coffee, just going, Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. Anyway, she's come out and said, listen, leave me alone, guys. I was stoned. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we've got an answer.
Okay.
Hey, how can we use
all
this
makes
more?
sense now.
This grab, we're gonna.
Well, earlier on we were doing Jokes Aren't Funny, and you said that we needed some more sort of current, reactions.
Yeah.
Normally we'll play, what do you know about funny, you bastards, or whatever.
Yeah, or like Brownie saying,
"Troll."
Yeah. What about we add this?
Uncut Jaaahrms.
I don't mind it.
Where's it work? I can imagine Jackie Charles using it in his vernacular.
Yes, that's what that's the bit I think.
Jack and I love it.
How do you do it?
Give us one.
I get it.
Hang on.
All right.
In Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Good. Victoria, give us one.
Give us one. Uncut Gems.
In Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
We've got to use it in context, though.
Yeah,
We've got to use it in conversation.
I've heard it. I'm just saying, when you are with your annoying young people, drinking Aperol spritzers or whatever you do, how do you just put it into a chat?
Well, you might raise your glasses and instead of saying cheers, you could go Uncut Gems. And that would be very funny.
Yeah, or if there's just an awkward pause and you're in the middle of dinner and you just go, so Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
awkward. It fills the gap in an awkward pause.
It's a gap filler.
A crash on the Ring Road, Altona bound near Edgar's Road. Uncut jaaahrms.
Yes, Ash.
I think it works.
Or what about this? If you're at a restaurant and you're ordering, and you're like, we'll share some chips, and also can you bring us 2 uncut jaaahrms?
So uncut.
Jack's there for it.
Uncut jaaahrms or uncut
jaaahrms?
You did it. The first time was perfect.
Uncut jaaahrms.
Uncut jaaahrms.
You say it. Uncut jaaahrms, Sam.
No, I'm not going to
say it.
Say it.
Say, we're not going.
I'm not a performing seal over here. Right?
You look like
We're
it.
not doing anything. The tape will play if you don't do it. We'll all be silent.
Say it.
Uncut gems.
No. Say it.
Uncut jaaahrms.
Uncut
We'll ask
gems.
you.
You just talked over it. He said it.
Sorry.
Uncut gems.
No.
No.
Sell
Okay,
it.
sorry. Uncut jaaahrms.
Uncut jaaahrms.
I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
Uncut jaaahrms.
You want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Nathan Broad, a 3-time premiership player for the Richmond Tigers. Also, he's recently engaged to Love Island alumni Taylor Demir. So I guess the topics of discussion today will be broad. I'm sorry, that was awful. Here's Nathan.
Welcome, Nathan Broad. It's good to see you.
Good morning.
First things first, can you give us an Uncut jaaahrms?
I was just outside listening to that. All right, here we go. Uncle Charles.
Uncle Charles?
Old Jackie Charles out the back. Jackie Charles out the back there.
That's great.
Uncut jaaahrms.
Uncle Charles.
That is fantastic.
Mate, surely Taylor uses that at home.
Oh, yeah, her and a TikTok. Probably won't hear the end of this, I don't reckon.
Absolutely.
That was encouraged by your fiancé, Taylor, who texted Jack and said, make him do it, he'll hate it.
When are you getting married?
End of the year.
Why are you getting married?
Yeah, good question.
End of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. Got a few months left in me and that's it.
Do you have anything to do with the planning phase?
Nah, not one thing. Nah.
Yes.
I just smile and say yes.
Just
Keep
turn
happy.
up on the day.
Yep.
Really new
in
age.
one piece.
Yes. I had a big night the night before mine, so you got to be careful that night before. Those groomsmen are a bit dangerous, mate.
I had a chat with my lollipop man yesterday.
Whale?
Whale. I call him Greg, but his nickname is Whale.
He's mad, Richmond.
And he's like, not long to go now, Swanee. And I said, no. I said, I've got a bad feeling. And he looked at me like I'd said, I'm going to kill your child. He said, nah. We'll be right. We'll be right. Are we going to be right?
I think so, yeah. We got some good recruits. Robbie Tarrant's been unreal for us. So, yeah. You mean Richmond? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I was hoping so.
I do mean Richmond.
You're talking about this show.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
The answer is
not going to be
definitely
right.
not.
Let me guess. You've had your best pre-season ever.
Yeah, everyone says that.
Hey, they've had a long pre-season.
Mate, we've had
they
our
didn't
worst
play
pre-season
finals
ever.
last year.
Yeah. It's been our worst pre-season ever. We didn't make finals, so we've been absolutely banged from pillar to post.
I forgot that.
Yeah, Chrissie, do you know that? You know, like, of course, the last, say, 3 or 4 years, Richmond have gone deep. Obviously, they've won premierships.
Obviously, yes.
And so their pre-seasons have started much, much later, but you didn't make it last year. So when did your pre-season start training last year?
With COVID, it kind of didn't really end. Only thing we could do was go in the club for, essential work. So we pretty much didn't have an off-season, and pre-season's been going since last year.
My God.
Jeez, you'd be sick of each
Yeah.
other.
Oh, yeah, it's been ruthless.
Now, what about Dusty? How's Dusty looking? I got to ask it. I just can't help myself.
You're obsessed.
No, he's good. He's real well. He's obviously in a big 12 months for him with his dad and his kidney, but he's flying. He's happy. He's up and about. On the weekend showed he's back to old Dusty, so I think it's a scary sight for the comp.
Jack Charles saw him on the weekend and said that his bum is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got a great ass.
Similar to Kim Kardashian. Swanee,
Has he got a great ass?
Yeah, a bit of filler in there maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
It's very powerful. It's a very powerful bottom because it powers him forward.
Yes, like a horse's
butt.
We're not objectifying him. We're just saying he's got a nice bum.
No, I know.
Much similar to Kim Kardashian.
Yes, I'm saying it too.
Has Dusty had his best pre-season ever?
Well, he didn't start too late because of kidney, but he did picked off where he left off. Definitely, he's flying.
Think out one of your teammates who's had an average pre-season. Who's really not?
Yeah, in the fat club.
Who's not lighting it up?
We got a young bloke called Sam Banks who's just been drafted. Young 18-year-old bloke.
I love this.
And he's like a surfboard. He's just straight up and down.
Yeah.
But he's managed to tear already a quad and a glute. He doesn't. Yeah, he's got none of them. So I'm not sure what's going on. So he's yet to get on the track, young Banksy. But
Brodie, 3 premiership medals. Brownie's got the same amount, and sometimes he likes to wear them in the bedroom. Do you ever do that?
oh no, I reckon Taylor would kick me out. I reckon. Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Hey, what? How come you're
That was an
so?
old trick of mine.
How come you're so old?
How come I'm so old?
You're sneaky old. You're 29.
Yeah, I know, late bloomer.
Yeah, but you didn't get drafted till you were what? How old were you when you came over?
22 when I came over. Yeah.
So usually, Swanee,
That's pretty old.
it is a mature age.
Yeah.
Did you what happened? You know, for 18 and 19, why didn't you? Why weren't they spoiled? Well, how did they miss you?
Probably a few lifestyle choices when I was younger. Probably wouldn't have lived up to expectations. So just put on the back burner, I reckon. But then matured a little bit, and here we are.
So at the age of 19, growing up in the rough suburbs of Perth, you couldn't envisage yourself being a 3-time premiership player and being married to a reality TV star.
No, she was a bit different back then when I was 18. I couldn't imagine it, but it's a bit of an insult to you, I reckon, putting me and you in the same
I
category.
wouldn't have thought so, mate. You are a star.
Well,
Very underrated you are, mate. I love watching you play. What's that?
For a 50-year-old, very underrated.
Exactly. You no crossover? Were you gone by the time Nathan had
I would
made
have
his
thought
debut?
so.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, well, you reckon I didn't play the last 2 years?
Well, you didn't.
I'm 29, not 39.
Yeah, stay down, Pang.
Hey, just quickly, COVID started so we got a connecting story when COVID started, Pang. We were supposed to go to Mildura 2 years ago. What happened on that memorable day?
So remember that day COVID was hitting. We basically were on our way to the airport. We turned around and sent a message to the Mildura Imperial Football Club saying, "Oh, this little thing, we're not going to come."
Yeah.
2 years. We only did we only made up for it on Saturday.
Yes,
4
I know.
days
2
ago.
years in the making.
2 years in the making. But on the way back, we stopped at a cafe.
2 years ago.
2 years ago on the way back. And then there was Nathan and your now fiance.
Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, we're just sitting there and then COVID hit. That was the start of it.
And I got to be honest, I had no idea who either were. I said, "Who's that guy?" Brownie goes, "It's Nathan Broad. He's a premiership player for Richmond." I go, yeah, that's the one. Good on you, Brodie. Jeez, he looks old.
Brodie, what suburb in Perth did you grow up in?
Bassendean, yeah. About a couple hundred metres from Steelborough Oval. So
You would have lost your car stereo a couple of times.
No, I was taking the car stereo.
Yeah.
All right, have we got time for this?
Can't feed him, join him.
We don't, because, this is your first time on the show.
Yep.
But of course, Swanee's a big Richmond, fan, the whole family. But, this is a little bit of a chance to get to know Nathan Broad with a bit of a player profile. This is just rapid fire, mate. Don't overthink him.
Alrighty.
It'll be easy for you. Height.
192.
Weight.
88.
Oh, that seems light.
You're lightweight. It would have torn him in half, Sam.
Dusty's ass is that much, isn't it? Sounds like it. Favorite? Feel free to jump if you want. It's something you would like to know personally. How many games you played?
For mid-80s.
Oh, that's not many.
No.
Favourite Spice Girl?
There's only one answer.
Why so few
I don't really
games?
know.
Can we go back? Why so few?
I drafted at 22 a bit later, so...
Oh, that's right. You're 75. I keep forgetting.
Just kicking on.
Remember he was in Perth stealing cars.
Had priorities back then.
Favourite Spice Girl?
I don't know any of them. Is that Beckham's partner?
Yes.
Yes.
Good answer. Right
God,
answer.
the boys will love you for that.
Favourite television show, either current day or just favourite ever television show?
Oh, Money Heist, but is that a show or a series?
No, that's
Money Heist.
Yep.
I thought Love Island would have got a mention, but that's a bit awkward. Favourite movie?
Benchwarmers.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Who's in Benchwarmers?
Oh, kidding. You got to do self-favourites.
David Spade.
Yeah.
And the gang.
And the gang.
The whole gang.
David, you can't. David Spade can't be in your favourite movie ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
man.
all time.
All right, Benchwarmers. All right. Favourite food?
Japanese.
Favourite drink?
Bundy's.
Oh, Bundy's.
Old school.
Jeez.
Old school. They're pirate.
Most people get punchy on the Bundy's.
No, I'm the other. I'm a bit of a lover. So
Are you?
Yeah, a bit of a teddy bear on the Bundy's.
Sweet.
Favourite teammate?
Oh, Baker.
Yeah, you play golf for Bakes.
You don't know his first
Yeah,
name?
can just
Don't know his first
palm
name?
all this. Just palm all. Ever get in trouble? Palm it off to him.
Most annoying teammate.
Short, yeah, hands down. Jaden Short or Rewalt.
Oh, yes.
Bang.
We'll back you up
Real
there,
tough,
Jack.
Tightest teammate. Someone who
Short,
doesn't go to the
Jaden
pub.
Short. He's
had a
shocking.
run through.
Like doesn't like to spend money.
Nah, he refuses. Yeah, he refuses. Doesn't have a wallet, that bloke.
Bang!
Last one from me. Can you remember a single thing that your coach, Damien Hardwick, has said? Like,
You
Nathan Roy.
I had that a few times.
Please come back, man.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun.
Nova. Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang, and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissie's Celebrity Stuff.
Matthew McConaughey is finally clearing up the infamous rumour about his hair. I had never heard this rumour. But he's clearing it up because he was going bald many years ago, 20 years ago, and then all of a sudden he's got a full head of hair and people want to know why. Of course, it's no one's business. But he has said, look, I shaved my hair off and then I put this topical ointment on it every day, no mucking around, and I got more hair now than I did 20 years ago. It's just a miracle. On the flip side, there is a doctor in Los Angeles that's doing conferences showing pictures of Matthew McConaughey saying, yeah, I did his plugs. He's a famous client of mine, and if you want hair like Matthew McConaughey, you just call me. I'm Dr. Ira Clevin. I don't know what his name is, but it feels like Ira Clevin is right. And that is absolutely not true. It did not happen.
Which bit? Which who?
The doctor.
The doctor?
Dr. Ira Clevin had nothing to do with Matthew McConaughey's hair, despite doing a touring road show, showing photos, going, if you want hair like that, call me because I did this hair.
Oh, Dr. Ira Clevin, that's a made-up name anyway. That's a giveaway.
Yes. I just made it up.
Yeah, it's made up.
I just made it up.
She just made it up.
We spoke to McConaughey and asked him an obscure question about your hometown.
Yeah, about my mother's hometown, Narrandera in New South Wales.
He used to farm peas there.
Yeah, he did.
And enjoy cricket.
Do you know,
It was a great interview.
People forget about McConaughey. He was gone, mate. He had a couple. He had about more than 5 years in the wilderness where he was. Not
literally and figuratively.
No,
just
just
remember he was caught nude on a bongo drum in the wilderness.
That's fine. That's just a regular Friday
Yeah,
night.
that's
But
okay.
there was a part of his career where he was like, oh, he might not make it. He had a big start.
Yeah.
And then turned into this Oscar winner and
And then
acclaimed,
was his comeback the Buyers Club?
Dallas Buyers Club.
That was a great film.
He lost like 1 billion kilos and looked real sick.
Yeah.
That's how you win awards.
Yes, it is.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
How about some tropical stuff?
Would you like a sense of the day, John?
I'd love to.
The Prime Minister has COVID. You knew that?
Yep.
But don't clap, mate.
Wrong button.
Whoa, that's a bit harsh. So anyway, that was just before midnight.
Has he had it before, Sam?
What? Has he had it before? No, this is his first time.
Mike, in all seriousness, my condolences go to Jenny. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass he is? Oh, I don't know where anything is. I can't spell anything, Jenny. Can you pass me the Vegemite?
Give me more time to throw.
That tests my scent.
Sarah, you're a woman of 1,000 voices today. You've done Dr. Ira, what? Klein?
Dr. Ira Clevin.
Clevin?
Yeah. I did Matthew McConaughey's plugs.
But apparently you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Several AFL clubs have sounded out AFLW superstar Daisy Pearce for a range of roles. Could one of the great AFLW players find her way into the coaching ranks, John?
Absolutely, and I think talking men's teams as well. So apparently a long way down the discussion path with the Geelong Football Club.
Pearce is reportedly likely to join Chris Scott's reworked coaching staff after rejecting an approach from Essendon to become their inaugural AFLW coach. So she may just go straight into the...
Absolutely. She'd be a great... I think she speaks very well and she's very intelligent when it comes to all things football.
Expected to retire from playing at the end of the current women's season. A baby boy... Here's some good news. A baby boy has been returned after the car he was sitting in was stolen in Keysborough yesterday. That's always my biggest fear when I steal cars. You know what I mean? That they look back, I've pulled it off.
Yeah.
I love a heist. And all of a sudden you look back and there's a kid in it.
Yeah. I mean, the day I had with my 13-year-old yesterday, I wanted to drive to Keysborough and just grab the nearest shirtless man and go, there you go, here's the keys.
So
Take him.
the car, it was I think it was a Nissan.
Right, sure.
Was it?
I think it was a Nissan.
Okay,
and the mother exited.
Nissan Pulsar.
Yeah, it was a Nissan Pulsar, I think.
Pulsar. Nissan Pulsar.
He winces in the SAR.
Yeah,
Pulsar.
he really enjoys
It was
it.
actually
Pulsar.
Pulsar.
It was actually a Toyota and was idling, and then a man jumped in and drove off 11-month-year-old boy inside, but then they found it, everything fine, so that's good news. Coles
must remind myself not to leave the car idling with the kids in it after pickup when you run in to get a loaf of bread or something.
I know.
Mate, Bam Bam will club a robber in the head.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Or throw a stone at him.
Or be the person that carjacks the car. You see Bam Bam behind the wheel.
Yeah.
See that?
Exactly. He'd take it off. Coles to deliver groceries. Never had my groceries delivered. But
Oh, you've never lived. They carry it in and put it on your bench. It's like having a wife.
Are you all right over there?
It's the best.
Coles to deliver groceries by drone.
Oh.
Supermarket will conduct a trial for customers living in select ACT suburbs. So they're really going.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Really branching
going to
out.
test it out in the.
They always try the drones in the ACT. They did with Macca's as well.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
More than 250 items will be available to be delivered via drone, and they will arrive in as little as 10 minutes, apparently.
What if you try and grab
I
it?
would be so onto that.
What if your fingers get caught in the propellers when you try and get your Happy Meal? No one thought of that.
No, it's very safe. The propeller is far away. I've seen it. I've seen it arriving.
Interesting.
It comes and you unclick it, and it's very far away. The propellers will not get you.
What could go wrong?
Nothing. No, nothing.
Just one for you, Swanee. Neil Diamond has sold his complete publishing and master recordings catalogues to Universal Music Group, the company said. So they've acquired all Neil Diamond's hits.
She got the way to go. I mean, I'm going to listen to Neil Diamond today. That's the only.
Yeah, I've told you this before, didn't I? I saw him once in concert.
That would have been great.
So good.
It was,
So good.
and he sang "Sweet Caroline" how many times?
I'm going to say 3.
I'm gonna say
4. That's
Give
great.
the people what they want is Neil's
Did he do
mantra.
any of them did he do it at any stage twice in a row?
No.
No,
Which
that's-
made it even more remarkable,
That's
by the
what,
way.
that's what we used to do after 7 litres of margaritas.
Underrated from Neil. Oh, boy.
You know
Bruce
what?
Springsteen did that recently as well.
Yes.
Sold his
Bruce
catalogue.
Springsteen and Dylan have sold their catalogues for astronomical sums.
Have you got any more Neil Diamond?
Nah, tricked ya.
All of my life, yes, because I can
It's
boy's no good.
Now it's got something to do with the death tax in America.
Holy Lord.
Wait, what?
These artists selling their
They're
catalogues.
selling their catalogues so their families won't have to pay massive death taxes when they do pass away.
What's a
That's
death tax?
nice.
What do you mean?
There's huge death taxes in America.
What?
Yeah, it's like estate tax or something like that.
Oh, if that's-
Absolutely.
that's
So
the-
that's the motivation behind it all.
If that's the case, mate, you want to start selling up. Selling up.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.